All right, good morning. Good morning, good morning, good morning. Hope everybody's doing well. My name is Darkpool Algo, and thanks for joining me on another morning watch list building session. Today is December 2nd, 2021, and I can't believe we're already into December. It's just bananas. I can't believe it. It's phenomenal that this year has gone by this quickly. So, um, yeah, it's just that crazy. It's just craziness, right? But it is December. Today is Thursday, so man, it's been a crazy, crazy, crazy week. Obviously, lots of pullbacks, and it isn't the normal flash crash by the dip type of pullback. I think we're setting up for a longer term healthy pullback in December. Typically, December is the Santa Claus rally. I actually think we're going to get a Grinch rally this year. So you heard it here first. Grinch rally into Christmas. So let me get a couple things set up. Let me just confirm that the stream is working and all right, yeah, it's working. Going out to Twitter, Facebook, and YouTube. Morning watch list. So I actually found this cool thing called Restream, and it actually lets me stream to Twitter, which is something I've always wanted to do. Morning, Terry. So yeah, it's kind of cool. This is the stock market summary for yesterday. This is the close, right? I don't believe this is real time. I just don't think Apple is really that well. We can check TSM if we wanted to, right? And see if it was doing anything. But I think this is into the close yesterday. Oh, the energy drink update. Let's have it real quick. So the rains are probably the best. I'm not digging it, man. It's just tough. So if anybody out there got any suggestions besides coffee, because coffee stains your teeth, and I like my teeth. Besides coffee, let me know. So I've got one other brand to try, and we'll see how that works out. So let's see. We want to get into the news. Hopefully, I changed the stream setup a little bit, and with that, hopefully y'all can see the stream a little bit better. So far, it's looking like you can, right? If I were to grab my camera, and what you're seeing on your screen is like 1/4 of one of my screens. Like this is like the top left quarter of my screen that I normally stream on. So obviously I think y'all can see things a little bit better, right? Price action, charts, right? Change this to 15 and let's see what we got going on here. I mean, I think that looks better. Let me know in the comment section below if y'all like it. Also, make sure you hit the like button, subscribe, turn on notifications. I am going to be doing some things in 2022. I've got some partnerships set up with some podcasts, with some pretty popular people off of Twitter. I'm going to be helping them get that set up. I don't want to go too much into it, but basically, it's a it's a podcast for women in the stock market and crypto, and how one to survive and thrive, and basically not survive but to thrive, and be full of resources. I know that it's extremely difficult for women in the stock market because I mean some of the Discord groups out there, they're just pigs. It's disgusting, and I can't imagine how hard it would be for a woman to be in one of those groups. So this podcast will be a great resource for everything from stocks, options, and crypto, as well as a good resource for who to trust and, well, not trust, but who is decent. And yeah, so I'm really excited about that. I love giving back. That's why I do this. I do this to give back, try to help somebody improve their life, right? So we're going to get into the news. We've got a bunch of news to cover. I'm going to go through it really quickly. And if you have requests, get the requests into me now so that I can get prepped for it and we can get through the stream really quickly today, right? Just really quickly, I wanted to show you the options order flow for end of the close yesterday. from Cheddarflow is pretty bearish going into the close, right? Lots of VIX calls, right? Lots of action with VIX, SPX puts, right? Lots of stuff. This is pretty red, right? Lots of SPY puts, right? Lots of IWM puts. This is up to 15 minutes after the close, right? Because you can trade IWM, SPY, QQQ, SPX, and VIX. Well, SPX and VIX you can trade 24/5, which means 24 hours a day, 5 days a week, just like with futures, okay? You want to see AMD, let me just get these up right here. AMD, Tesla. Yeah, that algo looks way better. Y'all can see. Yeah, I like this better. Plus, it gives me, I've got more space. I can actually see more of what's going on. Sweet. Sweet, sweet, sweet. All right, I'm checking out XPEV and Plug. Those are the two that I'm interested in. All right, getting into the news. Let me find, which chart do we want to use for the news? I kind of like this one. 15-minute chart with trend lines, or do we go 10-minute chart with Keltner channels? What do you guys think? Let me know. I'm going to start reading the news. Okay. Vive Systems had earnings. They came out and they guided revenue up from previous estimates. They beat on earnings, so that's Vive Systems. Just real quick, so far this is futures, by the way. This is our futures chart. Everything's fading off right now, right? The ES, the NQ, the Dow, and the Russell are all pulling back pretty heavily. And meanwhile, the yen, bonds, crude is fading, but the gold is up. So gold being up, I feel like that means we're going to have a down day in crypto. Also, we may just be pulling back to some support levels here. So we'll get into futures in a moment, and I think I like this chart the best. All right, so Vive Systems reported on earnings, right? Had good earnings, but they're continuing to sell off. Their next level of support, based on Keltner channel support and resistance, is they've blown out the bottom of everything. Where's my monthlies? Hold on. I've got monthlies on there. Anyway, they've got about a $10 ATR. Just make sure that this is correct. Yeah, so Vive Systems $10 ATR had good earnings. They blew out the bottom of it. They're continuing to fade off. Their monthly bottom's all the way down at 220, so that's about a $30 drop from where they're at now. They don't have any other support coming in, so if you want to play a downside play, I think Vive Systems might be a good one. If I look at this on, this is DWAC, by the way, and this is that, you know what it is. You know what it is. Did I get rid of it? Oh, what the heck? Hold on. It's a tough decision between, you know what, I'm going to stick with this one. Allbirds yesterday blew out their IPO low, and they're continuing to fade off. They had earnings too, so. All right, we'll go Vive. I think we like this one better. All right, I'm going to put this over here, this over here. Futures, Vive. Okay. Like I said, Vive is trading -3 ATRs, so they're below the 50, below the 200 SMA. The reversion to the mean, or the quick rally back to the mean, would be, I think, probably trying to rally back up to 282, which is previous lows. Like I said, they have a downside target of, right, all the way down here to 220, 218, 220. So Vive might be a good downside play today if we get a larger flush in the market. That would be a post-earnings play, right? SPLK off the weekend watch list. Had earnings estimated a 50-cent loss. Actually came out at a $2.15 or 14-cent loss. Revenues at 655 versus 651. Quarterly cloud up 75%. New net cloud up 177%. Guides forward revenue at 740 to 790 million versus 834. So they missed on earnings. They guided lower. Okay, so this could be another potential play. They blew through that demand zone, right? If I have to scroll left to find another one, they've got 110 is their breaking point. They blew through that. Massive pullback. If we're looking for another downside play on Splunk, right, we have to go way back here to March of March of last year, right? They're starting, like, let me just get this in here. Okay, so this is COVID low here, right? Rally, pull back in May of last year or May of this year. They're coming down to test those levels. They hit 90, which is pre-pandemic low, right? This is important. So this is the COVID low, March 16th, 2020. My daughter's birthday was COVID low. I'll always remember that date. So they blew through that, right? Splunk. Like, I had them bearish or bullish for this week based on the algorithm. But if you look at the algo now, right, it's still bullishly diverged, but I don't think that they can recover from those earnings. We do have monthly Keltner channel support, but this move right here, this rally, this fade, rally to the 4-hour bottom, failure to break through it is setting up for a larger move to the downside, right? So just keep an eye on Splunk. We've got bullish divergence. We've also got a lot of overhead resistance, and with the market pulling it down, right, it's either going to be a beautiful bounce play or it's going to be pretty gnarly. So they're trading at 112 right now, which is here, right? This wiki candle right here, right? This wick killer is all the way down at 90, which would be right. Can you guys see that? Okay, so massive pullback. So it's going to be the mother of all dip plays, or we're going to get rally to possibly the 200 for a larger move down. I'm not going to play this. I'm not going to play Splunk until it gets back up above this previous demand zone, which is above the 200 SMA on the 15-minute chart. All right, let me get this a little bit clearer. Right. Yes, there's a move from 116 to 122. There's a $5 move to the upside, right? But I think that it's just give it a day to let it figure itself out, okay? All right, I spent a lot of time on Splunk. I'm sorry. Snowflake. Snow's another one everybody loves to play. Snow came in with an EPS loss of 51 cents versus 60, so they actually beat on their loss earnings, right? Revenue rose 110%. They saw momentum accelerate in quarter three, which is interesting because everybody played it in quarter three, with product revenue growing 100%, 110% year over year, right? Respectively, sees Q4 product revenues up. All right, so it had 5,000 customers in October compared to 4,900 in July, including 148 customers that accounted for more than 1 million in product revenue. Snowflake it's a large, small company. Does that make sense? They don't have a lot of customers, but they produce a lot of revenue. So with that being said, Snow claimed down into support, right? Let's see what Snow's going to do today. Gnarly little bounce here. Look at that. Gorgeous bounce. Outside of the Celts, they blew back up through, so now they're bullish. Look for a pullback on Snow to 343, possibly. 332. This move is what we're looking for. Let me write that out for you. So we're at the 4-hour mid. If we break the 4-hour mid, we come to the 4-hour bottom, and then we come back up to the mid and we fight our way up, right? That's one possibility. The other possibility is this, is that we rally up and fight our way through for a move to the upside, okay? And so there's two moves. One other possibility, I know I'm giving you three today, is that we blow through these levels here. Right? Can you see that? Splunk's got a $21 ATR. There's a couple options right there. If you need to screenshot it, let me know. I think that green, everybody can see it pretty good. All right, that's Snow. OKTA also had earnings. Adjusted loss of 7 cents versus 24. Right? So they had a winning loss. Does that make sense? This is a good representation of that Snow move I was just talking about, where we're going to rally up to, Keltner channel support resistance, reject off of it, right, and stair step our way back down. Right, that's one move. The other move would be we rally through. Come back for support. The other move would be support, rally up to the mid, to the top, and then through, right? So that's OKTA two ways, $14 ATR. This can definitely move. We have some downside pressure on the 10-minute chart. Looking at it on a larger term, looks like 180 became support. So pre-market low is all the way down here at 180. See, I think it's important for y'all to be able to see this. See how far we dipped down, right? So, come on. It's a pretty big dip, right? This was into the close yesterday, right? At the close, they fell down to 181.45, found support off of that. Earnings came out, they fought their way back up. They're currently bullish. Stack positive moving average is 821.34. They're above the 50, so if they can rally up above 215, I think that we can go long on OKTA. I'm playing it safe. I wait until it's above the 200 SMA on this 15-minute chart for a move back up to take out previous highs at 225, right? Currently, we're resting right at this previous demand zone, which was now a supply zone. Okay, do you guys see that? Does everybody understand what's happening? Make sense? Morning, Laz. Morning. Yeah, you want to check out Splunk real quick? So this is Splunk on the, as far as the algorithm is concerned. Okay, so with earnings is a gamble, right? It really is. It's a crapshoot. There's no possible way for anybody to understand or know what's going to happen with earnings. So this algorithm is bullish, right? It's continuing its consolidation, which is what it's doing here, right? It is basically bull flagging, right? We have a dark pull level at 125 on the nose. It's interesting that that's right there at 125 on the nose. So if we can get a rally with the Algo, it could pull price action back up. If this level here fails and we start downtrending more, because we are trading with the algorithm, we have a little bit of bullish divergence that's occurred where price is heading in one direction and the algo is heading in another. It's very, very recent. It has actually occurred right here, right there. So we would look for price to come back up to at least that level. I shouldn't have drawn it. All right. So with Splunk, just be careful. The market is super heavy right now, so that may pull things down with it. I don't know if we're buying the dip. We'll have to just keep an eye on it, okay? That's OKTA. It's got to get above, it's got to get back up into 210 is 209.50 for longs. 197 for shorts. CrowdStrike had earnings, right? They beat on their earnings. EPS 17 cents versus 10. Said Q3 had accelerated growth, growing 67% year over year. Raises their forward-looking estimate from 57 to 59 versus 40 from 43 to 49. Adjusted EPS at 19 to 21 versus 16. So they beat on earnings, right? They guided up. They trade about $16 per day, right? 1, 2, 3 rally failed. They need to get above 212.50 for the move to the upside. CrowdStrike's super heavy these days. I don't understand what's going on with it, but we have a bearish move to the downside. We rallied up, rejected the 4-hour Keltner channel bottom, and we're currently fading off, right? This is what that looks like here. Everything's heavy today. Like, even bullish setups are very heavy. Okay, lows at 199, right, which isn't too bad. Right, CrowdStrike in demand zone, longer term demand zone right here. If this level holds, we can see a rally back to the mean, right, or the 200 SMA at 237. If this level cracks, right, I think we come and test previous lows all the way down, right, down in this area here. First, we'll check out 175, and then we'll come and take out 168. All right, we're looking for 200 psychological level of support to hold, rally to at least previous, right? Rally to at least previous support there. That 200 SMA at 220 is going to be a little bit of a line in the sand. All right, this supply zone's a little bigger. So CrowdStrike. Let's see here. So those are the moves that we're looking for on CrowdStrike. All right, Apple. Apple's expressed to its component suppliers that demand for the iPhone 13 lineup is slowing, according to Bloomberg, which states that when the company reduced its iPhone 13 production target up, by up to 10 million units, it had hoped to make it up next year when supply improved. But Apple is now informing its partners that those orders may not be realized. Ooh. Apple's saying, hey, our phones aren't that great. Apple should pull back pretty nice off of that news, right? 170 high. Beautiful, right? 170 highs of yesterday. It broke everything on the way down. It's all the way back down to 159, 160. This has a lot to do with why the market's down. Apple's been holding the market up for the last couple days. Lows earlier this week at 156. Right? It makes sense, right? 1, 2, 3, 4, 5. Now we start our downtrend cycle, right? We've got, there's a couple levels on Apple we need to be aware of. These are previous demand zones. Previous demand zones need to hold, okay? There's that one, and then there's this one way down here. Currently, Apple is not having the best pre-market. It's definitely Show you what the algorithm is doing. Right. The Algo's been selling for a couple days, right? This is bearish divergence. God, I wish I could freeform enter that. I don't want so many days worth of data. Come on. Come on. I guess that'll have to work. All right, Apple Algo is bearish. Okay, let me just show you what we're looking at here. Here's your levels for Apple. I know a lot of people are interested in this. So profit taking, more profit taking, consolidation, more profit taking. Bearish divergence occurs at this level here, right? All this divergence is played out, so we're looking for at least, let me just draw some things on here. All right, dark pool levels at 169, 170, dark pool supports at 164, 165. Downside is right around at 160, right? There's your dark pool level supports. For anybody that's new to the stream and I haven't really walked through how my charts are set up yet, but I'll do that here in a second. We have regular block trade supports down here at 159.23 and 160, 161. I'm gonna have to, let me pop this one out so I can walk through what's happening with this real quick, okay? Okay. So if you're new and you don't know what you're looking at, this is the Smart Money Dark Pool and Block Trade algorithm software provided by FlowTrade. White bars are price action. The purple line is the regular algorithm line. If you see me draw blue lines across the screen, those are dark pool block trades. Red lines are regular block trades. If I drop a white line, then we're all going to have a good time. No, that means that there's a regular and a dark pool level that basically have printed on at the same level. They printed on top of each other, and I can't get two lines in there. So I'll draw a white line on the screen. Those are major inflection areas, right? Lots of transactions occur at those levels. So just drop them on your screen, and eventually you'll start seeing how it all makes sense, okay? So with Apple, going into the 29th, we began our bearish divergence. While Apple was rallying to make, hold the market up the last couple days, again, this divergence here up into here is played out, right? You can see how price is selling off and the algorithm selling off. So we do have some downside divergence. Yeah, Apple, if Apple cracks 157, it gets pretty woody all the way down to 150. Say it isn't so, it definitely can happen though. All right, I'm gonna post that Apple chart. All right, Etsy, let me throw Etsy up there so you guys can see that while I finish reading the news. Okay, AI, estimated 28-cent loss, came in with a 23-cent loss. Right. Subscription revenue was up 47 million. Revenue revenue guidance raised 35 to 37%, up 17% for 2021. Again, this is another one that's really heavy. It broke POC. Look how heavy this is. Is this an IPO? Oh wow, this is an IPO. Holy crap! All right, so they IPO'd, came in at 113, 115. Nice rally up. All right, beginning of this year, steady incline, rally back up, steady incline. They are super heavy. 32.82. Right. So let's see here. Point of control is at 38 or 37.25, which is the 200 SMA, which is right. That's POC. All right, point of control. there's a zone here, right, from 36.32 up to about 39, that $3 zone. Okay. For me to be interested in playing this stock again, let me just show what this looks like. I'll trade it in this zone, right? So for above the 200 SMA on the 15, so above 37, I'll trade it to 39. Does it rally back up to the 21 EMA at 43? Earnings were mixed. They did guide revenue. The market's heavy. If it cracks, right? If it cracks this demand zone here, it's starting to get some pre-market action actually. If it cracks that, then we got to look for a downside target. All right, moving on. Healthcare news. BRKR will replace car auction services in the S&P Midcap 400. Beginning, let's see, car auction services will place Meredith Corp in the S&P Small Cap 600, and Meredith is being acquired in a two-step transaction that'll be completed in December. Immunogen, IMGN, $64 million share secondary pricing at $660. All right, WeWork. It said in a securities filing that it would restate several quarters of its results, including a slight one, and that management has concluded there was a material weakness in internal control. I would never play this stock. Sorry. Square, boom. Square said, which was co-founded by former Tweeter Inc. and by Jack, right? Co-founded by Jack, said it's changing its corporate name to Block. Come on, everything, right? Meanwhile, it needs to worry about its stock price and not what its name is. 192.21 is the crack zone. If it breaks this level here, if Square takes out that demand zone, it's super califragilistic all the way back down. We're all right, so that's this demand zone here. If it cracks that, it's got room all the way back down to 150, 160. It's a $30 drop. Can definitely happen. Square needs to worry about its fundamentals, not changing its name. Super heavy. This is a 4-hour chart. It's broke weekly, daily, 4-hour Keltner channel bottoms, right? It's currently on a downward trajectory. It can travel all the way down 168, 150, 130. So if this 187 level does not hold, basically, if it breaks this level here, 170 is incoming. It's super heavy. We have a squeeze. We had a high compression 4-hour squeeze fire to the downside, right? 5 sessions ago. I think we see another 3 days or 3 sessions, which would be a day and a half of downside movement on Square. 186 is my 187 is my downside target on Square. Okay. Chevron raises its buyback. Guidance ranged from 3 to 5 billion, from 2 to 3 billion per year. Announced a 2022 organic capital and exploratory spending program of 15 billion at the low end, 15 to 17 billion guidance range, and up more than 20% from its 2021 expected levels. Of course, it's up, Chevron, because we have no positive relations with oil manufacturers. This is super chopper fragilistic zone. We are currently squeezing MACD crossover, $3 ATR. It's just all over the place. It's just in chop zone. I mean, you can trade 112 to 115, 115 back down to 112, 112 back up to 115, 115 back down to 112, right? Iron Condor, 112 to 115 Iron Condor, possibly. Looks pretty decent. Well, let me see this. Yeah. Yeah, the 112 to 1... So do a 115 Iron Condor, $3 wide. So 115 to 118, 115 to 112 Iron Condor. That's just... That's, what do you call it? Oh, earning, that's income. What do you call it? I don't know. That's ATM right there. Boeing. Oh, Boeing. We hate Boeing. Raises is up 4% after China's aviation authority issued an airworthiness directive of the Boeing 737 MAX that will help pave the way for the model's return to China. That must be this chart here. Okay, so Boeing. I hate trading this stock. 200 is a psychological level. If it breaks 200 and can get above the daily cloud on its way up to the 4-hour bottom or 4-hour top. So it's currently trading at the 4-hour mid. It's got overhead resistance of the daily, the monthly mid. The smart, for me, if I were to play Boeing again, I would wait for a break of... I hate Boeing. I actually think we come back down to 192. 190, 192 possibly. It moves about $10 a day. So Boeing above 202 to 206. I think it rejects here and moves down. All right. I just have a hate for Boeing. What is this curve? Why is there a curve? Where did this curve come from? How did I get a curve ray? There's random stuff on my charts. All right, so they sold off into the close yesterday. Found support at 187.50. They're currently rallying up. Boeing today is probably going to be one of the more played stocks. Good news out of China. It's got room to 204, 205. If it rejects 200, I think it comes back down to 190. If it cracks below 188, we see a fade. Above, basically with this level that it's at now, above 199. Jeez, what did I just say? I said above 200 to 205. That's Boeing. What am I doing on time? All right, hold on a minute. 1 second. All right, I'm back. Sorry that took so long. I had to go wake up my daughter. She told me to wake her up 15 minutes ago, and I forgot about it. Actually, 20 minutes ago. She's gonna be mad at me all day. So cars, C-A-R-S, cars.com. Pretty decent move recently. Cars.com will replace DSP in the small cap 600. Small cap 400 constituent Synaptics SYNA is acquiring DSP Group in a deal to be completed today. 5. Can you guys believe how much this stock is worth? Five Below. Have you ever been into a Five Below store? Right? blowout earnings, right? If they can continue to maintain 207, right? Basically out of above 210, I think we get a rally to take out previous highs at 220, 230, depending on the market. I don't like this TTM squeeze, which should release to the upside, right? Big rally off of earnings. Pre-market hot at 214, which is also, yeah, previous highs. 5 might be a fun one to look at. Let's see what the algo has to say about it. There's Etsy. That's 1 minute chart. Okay. So 5. Oh, Fiverr. What? No. Sweet. All right, so price actions trading with the algorithm. We've got a little bit of divergence, so minor. It hasn't. I wouldn't even really call it divergence until we get a bigger move from the algorithm. If the algo can rally up and pull price action up with it, right? Targets would be 200. That doesn't make sense. $210. All right, so all right, I'm gonna move on. 5. That's Costco. So Costco said net sales of 18.13 billion for retail month of November. 4 weeks ended November, up 15.7% from last year. November's total comp sales up 14% versus estimated 15%. Costco is just a beast, right? Imagine if you had bought it at 300 back in March of this year, right? What a massive rally move. All right, so looking at Costco, so we have a VWAP test at 520, which we're at right now. Okay, we have a demand zone that's also the 21 EMA. It's broken highest volume VWAP, but it is currently at VWAP. So it rejected, it fell through point of control down to VWAP. If this level holds, this 520 level, right? For Costco, there's a nice move back up to each of these VWAPs and overhead targets. I don't know if that makes sense. Basically, this 515 to 520 zone, if this holds for Costco, we can go up and test 529.71, 537.61, and then finally the 200 SMA up here at 547, right? This is Costco's bullish, right? This is a big move from highs at 560 down to 520. That's a $40 drop in Costco, right? $40 drop in a stock that moves $13 a day, or about $30 per week. All right, so we have broken the daily mid. All right, if we get a rally to test the 4-hour top or bottom, 4-hour bottom at 528, right? That's not right. All right, so let's see here. Costco rally to 528. If it rejects 528, I think we come all the way down to 510, 511, right, before the next level of real support kicks in. Yes, we have some micro zones down here, but this is the zone. I've been really working on drawing out my zones, Terry. You know what zones I'm talking about. I'm really trying to get those down because I feel like if I can get those down, oh, this stream's gonna be bananas. I'll just be calling out targets all day. So yeah, so 512 possible downside target. Look for a major bounce off that level, right? Just bam, right? Bam, like dropping a tennis ball from the New York's or Empire State Building. Bam. All right. Okay, that's it. Get your requests in. I'll start doing charts here in a second, okay? Biden administration is set to extend existing requirements to wear masks in public transportations into mid-March as it looks to tackle a threat posed by the new Omicron coronavirus variant. Key events today. We've got continuation of Credit Suisse Technology, Media, and Teleconference, Energy Summit, Morgan Stanley, NASDAQ, and Venture, like everything from the last couple days, their conferences are going to be wrapping up today. Earnings today after the close, we've got a couple important ones. Ulta, Marvell, MRVL, DocuSign, all have earnings after the bell. Earnings before the bell today include Kirkland, which is, I think, Kirkland Home. No, Kirk. Peyton, are you awake? Okay. Oh, so Kirk had earnings. They blew on their earnings. Right. Blew right through weekly Keltner channel bottom support. Can we say down cycle? This could go to 8. Maybe. Has it ever hit 8 before? This is craziness. So they blew through. Is that right? Am I reading that right? Hold on. They're trading at 15 right now. So I bring up the daily chart. I look for $15 on mine. I draw a line at 15. Right? Right, they're trading about there, right? Whew. This could get real ugly for Kirkland Homes. They've got support down at 12. So if they rally and backtest this weekly bottom, there's a continued move to the downside. If it can get back up through the weekly bottom and bounce, then I think we can test 20. But right now, 15 is pretty much a line in the sand. If it breaks 15, I see 1275. Below 1275, this monthly bottom is the magnet, right down at 8. Whew, that's sketchy. Is lit Kirkland? Isn't it Kirkland? No, this is Kirkland's. This is like an artsy, crafty store, home decor, right? Yeah, it's home decor. I guess, like, look here, I'll just Google it for you. It's like a home decor furniture company, right? Look. It's this kind of stuff, right? All this kind of stuff. If they wouldn't discount their stuff 50 to 60%, maybe they'd have better earnings. Did you see that goat? That is amazing. I want a bigger picture. Come on. Give me a bigger picture of this. Doesn't that look cool? I'm sorry, I don't know, whatever. All right, let's move on. Quickly get through some futures. All right, let's see what futures are doing. All right, so remember we were down here bouncing, right? No, it's not like Bed Bath and Beyond. It's more like Kirkland's. No, shit, what can I? It's a seasonality store, right? With some different home furnishings. I'm sure you've been in one before. All right, the futures market. So it was looking really bad up until 5:45, 6 o'clock. Nice rally up. We hit some resistance and we're currently pulling back. Right. I would rather us open at a low and potentially rally than open at a high and gap down like we did yesterday. Right. Crude is still down to $65 a barrel. It's kind of sketchy. Bonds are up. Right. This is TLT. TLT is rallying. The yen is rallying. Right. This is a 2-minute, 2-hour chart. So there's support at 45.25 on the ES. That's kind of like the line in the sand for the day. NQ 15.890. The Dow supported 34.203. Resistance coming in at 34.208. Yeah, I'd like to see a little bit. I'd like to see a move back down on the ES to 45.20. If that 45.20 holds, then I think we see a pretty decent move in the stock market today. Okay, it's pretty sketchy though. Pretty sketchy. ES on the 5. Right. How come I don't have this on any of the other ones? Oh, I do. Rally, 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 rejection. So we've got overhead resistance here. Right. See if I can draw that. Pretty decent. Pretty decent overhead resistance, right? See that level? That level broke. We came down. We tried to get back up into it. We broke again. Right? If we don't get a 1, 2, 3 reversal here pretty soon, it can get pretty sketchy. All right, that's the ES. Pretty sketchy. So this is the move yesterday, right? Gap fade, rally, pullback, busted, bear flag. All right. Let's see. I'm gonna draw some more support zones here. We tweezer bottomed at that level there. Right, we've rallied, tweezer bottomed, rallied up, pulled back, rallied through that, consolidation, a little pop to resistance, couldn't really break out, pull back to support, and then we chop, right? Cracked, we blew through support all the way down to a previous support zone, right? So if I started drawing supply and demand zones, right, I would draw one here. Right. So there's our support. If we can come back down and test this and set up a nice Wu-Tang pattern reversal, right? This kind of move here. right? That's the move that we want to see. Potentially setting up on the ES. As far as that support level goes, it's pretty much there, right? Do you guys everybody understands what happened, right? We broke, right? This was a bear flag. We broke it. We came back down to demand zone, loaded up on stocks to go sell to people, came up, started selling them, right? Filling the demand, right? Pull back for additional support. Now the move is if we can get back up above this number 2 dot, right? This number 2 level here, which is basically that tweezer bottom from yesterday. So this is yesterday's low right here. So above yesterday's low, I think we can see, then we can see it continue to move to the upside today. If we reject yesterday's low, then that's the move. Okay. So this 45.35 level is uber important for what's going to happen in the market today. All right, that was ES. As far as the NQ, which is basically tech, same kind of little deal that's going on. We have yesterday's low that we broke pre-market. So we broke yesterday's low, we came back down, and we formed a new demand zone. Okay. So yesterday we rally, triple top. That's that zone that we talk about all the time, right? It's actually probably, there's a mini zone in here. Got a zone there, and then we got a zone. Make sense? So this is consolidation, in my opinion. It's also that, I don't know if you pay attention, there's a theory of the elf foot, basically, where you've got the heel, the arch, the toe, and the toe should flick stock price action up, right? Should flick price action up, or, right, that's this move. I can't really draw it. All right, those are the futures. Let's get into the plays, shall we? Give me your requests. Let's go. We've got Tesla, Splunk, Etsy, Snow, AMD. AMD, Algo is trading with price action, as you can see here. We have broken our support levels. Right, they're just I mean, there's nothing else I can say. The algo is just trading with price action right now. We closed at a regular block trade level at 149.11, as you can see here. Overhead, we've got 160.30 as an overhead target. 163.44 is the high. We have white lines for AMD coming in at 157.50. This level here. I think that's a pretty decent base, so we're definitely pulled back, right? Do we find support, trendline support? If we bounce off of this trend line, I think we come back up to this white line at 157.50. If we crack this, then we got to look at, previous lows as support, right? I bet you there's a demand zone right here in this area, right? The Algo is currently selling off though. So that's AMD. And Tesseract's at support right now. The Algo is trading with price action, so it's not like there's bullish or bearish divergence to speak of. We've got some supply and demand zones. We've got a regular block trade level at 160, right? That's or 1160, and then we've got another one at 1081. Currently, we're trading at 1095, which is regular block stacked, 1095 to 1100. We've got regular blocks there. So upside target is the regular or dark pool levels at 1144 and 1137, right? Algo's trading with price action. Price itself is working on support and resistance, right? I feel like this is that, right? I think that's a pretty decent level there. This was flash crash, right? It's probably a longer term wedge that is forming. However, the Algo is selling off, right? Okay, XPEV, which is the the hype stock of the week, right? Rally up, back down, up. All right, Algo is trading with price action. It's just driving, it's yanking it around, to be honest with you. Super strong uptrend, right to support. Pretty decent move there. We've got regular and dark pool support resistance. I'm just going to call this a white line because it was within 20 cents of itself, right? So right there, 51.20 is support. Overhead targets are 60 or 55. That's ultimate target, 54.50, and then 53. So if this level of support holds here, right there, and the algorithm reverses, right? Because Algo does respect previous lows. If it reverses, it could pull price action back up with it. Okay. All right. What else we got? Is that it? You guys don't have any other requests for me? Hey? No? All right. So let's look at where are we rotating into, right? Where are we moving to? That's the question. Let's see if we can figure it out. Energy, utilities, cyclical, industrials, basic materials, defensive. Tesla's up, GS, BABA, BP, Boeing. Boeing's up 5.5% pre-market. Snow's up 13% pre-market. Fun is up 21%. Such BS. Oh, you know what we did not look at? We didn't look at the ADRs. Let's check those suckers out real quick, shall we? We want to look at Baidu, BABA, Pinduoduo, and GD. I think I found the divergence. The emergence divergence oscillator. Convergence divergence. All right. Baidu with the rally. The rally McRally. Baidu coming in strong with the rally. Okay. Baidu, definitely they're buying Baidu. Right. Algos are up. We have divergence that's occurred. Long-term wedge. Right. Right off a dark pool level, 150.71. We crack that, we can look at taking out previous highs on Baidu. On the 4-hour earnings, dead cat bounce, consolidation. Look at this high compression squeeze that's forming, right? That's the daily. Let's check out, or the 4 hour. Let's look at the daily. All right, so the daily, we are consolidating still. We're still in consolidation mode. We're just hanging out in the daily Keltner channel cloud, right? So if we can break this, one second here, what we got? I think that's pretty accurate. So Baidu above 155 for a move to above 150, 150.50 for a move to 155, right? I think that's a pretty decent move. Pretty solid. If we reject that, we have downside target of 146. That's Baidu, but that Baidu. Yeah. Like I said, Baidu above 150.50. Right. Above 150.50 for a move to 155. We've got the mean coming in at 160, right? Maybe that's the move. If Baidu can, yeah. So point of control's at 151.50. That might be the safer move. Anyway, I like Baidu long. Next up was Baba. Baba. I'm not touching Baba until I see clear bullish divergence. And I mean, I might look at buying Baba for the long term. I'm just waiting to see how far it can fall. Okay, it's a multi-billion dollar company, right? They're not just going to let it go to zero. Maybe they do. Pinduoduo. So let's see. Divergence played out. We have trading with price action. Right, a little bit of divergence played out. Trading with price action. So Pinduoduo. The Algo is doing this funky little move there, right? So if it can break this and continue up, I think it might be enough to yank Pinduoduo out of this little falling wedge that it's in, right? Little falling wedge there. We got dark pull and regular block trades, support and resistance. So 70, 68, 63, right? Those are all regular blocks. We got a dark pull levels coming in at 62 and 66. So what we want to see happen is, price action using these levels as support and resistance, right? We had a dark pull level print yesterday after the close at 62.11, right? If that's a massive buy order, then obviously Pinduoduo is going to react off of it. Right, so into the close yesterday. Right, into the close, down to support. So for me, I would be a player in Pinduoduo above 64 for a move to 68. Contrarian, we reject 63. Actually, contrarian, we break 61.50 for a move to the downside. So rally to here, right? Rally to 65, move to the downside, right? Rally above 66 for move to 70. Two ways. Two ways about it. And then finally, JD. Let's see what we got going on here. Nothing I'm interested in looking at on JD, okay? You've been saying that you didn't see a multi-billion company go to zero, but I don't know. Yeah, I know. Like I said, I mean, in just this last week, it lost another $10. I mean, if we look at Baba on the daily, we are currently all right. So Baba is in difecta mode. See that there? Difecta. Difecta. We took out 2018 lows recently. Right? The next step down is this level here. 108. I mean, I'm not saying it's not going to happen. I'm just saying that we're in a new demand zone that runs from 108 to 120, right? What? All right. Okay. So I got to run. Yeah. All right. Give me 1 second here. VBIB. PayPal. All right, so the last two, and I got to run. VBIB has got bearish divergence, right? Hold on. All right, sorry. VBIB, VBIV. What do we got here? So we've got bearish divergence. We have regular blocks coming in at $3.20, $3.12, and then $3.16. So those could be definitely be buy or sell orders because the algo is selling off. They're taking profits, right? Right, the algo started taking profits here, and it's currently down. Now, it's interesting that it's really trying hard to make its way back up. See how it bounced right off of this previous low there? So if it can rally back up, it might be interesting. Possible 1, 2, 3 reversal, uptrending. I don't know what VBIV is. So it looks like I had a little bit of a pop. It's trading at $3. Been trading at $3 for a while. It's a penny stock. It's really hard to tell these, but if we take out yesterday's high at 305, I think we see a move to 310, 315, 320. If we reject 305, I think we pull back to 293, 285, and then finally 274. And then PayPal. PayPal looks like Baba, right? It's just trading with the algorithm. It's got dark pool support. It's got to bounce off of that level there, the 179.32, right? I think everybody's trying to catch a falling knife on PayPal. 184.89 is overhead resistance. Got massive amounts of regular blocks all the way up here at 187, 189, right? 187, 189, and then our white line level for PayPal is coming in at 186, right? Boom, shaka laka 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 laka. So basically, these lows are our upside target. However, it's a downtrending stock with the algo moving with it. So the trend is your friend until the end, my friend, right? You don't want to step in front of a train, do you? You don't want to step in front of a moving truck. PayPal is downtrending. It's as simple as that. Downtrend cycle on PayPal, I think, will continue to occur until we're just entering a pretty gnarly previous demand zone that lasted the entire month of July. Roughly there. Downside target 163. We're in that demand zone right now, right? So we could very easily reverse here, right? Or we can continue down. It's a pretty big demand zone. So just be wary. Jack be nimble, Jack be quick. Okay. All right, BA, and then I really do have to go. And CVS. I'll put these up. I might not be able to get through them all. What's up, Thundercat? Appreciate the news yesterday, buddy. I stayed in cash. CVS. I like CVS for bullish divergence. Goldman Sachs for bullish divergence. BA popped off of some news this morning, but BA is just... if you know me, I don't like BA. So, like I said earlier when I went over BA above 200, right? I think we come up and try to take out this previous, 205. We have 196 as resistance on the way up. I think we blew through that, and downside target at 188. That's your support. Dark pool level came in at 197.85 at the beginning of this week. That caused this sell-off. So it's okay to have divergence. I just don't trust BA for a long-term move with the algo pointed down. If BA looked like CVS over here, right? I like CVS, right? Let me just get rid of some of these, the important blocks in there. I'm bullish on CVS, right? And this is why. The algo's been buying into it, right, for quite a while, right? We had some divergence that occurred on the 26th. We've got a little double bottom here, right off of a dark pool level at 89, right? 89.06 and 88.78. So we got double bottom. We got a 92.65 overhead target and 91.52 taking profit 1. The only regular blocks coming in at 90.18, and so there's the move, right? Look at CVS on the chart. Massive support, right? 4-hour daily, monthly Keltner channel support, right? Double bottom. This is a 5-minute chart. Let me give you the 15. All right, $2 ATR. For me, it's got to get above 89.50. I think we see a move to 90, right? Above 90, I think we go to 90 on the nose. And then from 90 to yesterday's highs at 91, ultimate target's going to be 92.50. This is what that move should look like if it does what it's supposed to do, right? Up, back, up, back, up. That's the move I'm looking for to happen on CVS. This is a pretty significant support level here, right? Pretty significant support level. Why? Because it is the monthly Keltner channel bottom, the daily Keltner channel bottom, and the 4-hour Keltner channel bottom is right there at 88.90. All right, CVS. Goldman Sachs is another one I'm kind of bullish on. We've got pretty decent divergence that's occurred, right? Obviously, Goldman Sachs, financial sector, I think that might start being a little bit stronger. I'll have to check into XLF, right? So they're net buying into Goldman Sachs. XLF, however, is downtrending. So GS, we made a lower low, right? All right, so divergence occurred here, traded out, fresh divergence. All right, we've got regular blocks at 380, or dark pool level at 380, regular block at 389 and 395. Those would be my targets. If we can do another one of these little Wu-Tang pattern reversals, let me just highlight that. We don't see them often, but when we do, they're fun, right? We got the downside move. We got a rally up to this dark pool, this block trade, right? This dark pool level here, right? We bounced back through it. And then what happened? We got this large explosive move up. That is the Wu-Tang pattern reversal in a nutshell. And this is what it looks like. I've been waiting to show somebody this for a while. That's the Wu, the power of the dark pool Wu. All right, we just launched off at 380, $10 move, right? So that previous regular block trade level here, right, ran into this downtrending resistance, sold off. Okay, really got to go. All right, I got everybody. Thanks for joining me. And once again, my name's Dark Bull Algo. I'm here every morning, Monday through Friday, 7:30 Eastern Standard Time. Like the video, subscribe, turn on notifications, hit me up in the comment section below. Let me know what I can do to help improve it. I believe the stream this morning was a lot clearer, so thanks for the feedback on that. This is current market update. Before we go, kind of mixed, right? Very, very mixed. Cyclical looks good. Tech's going to take a dive. Industrials, I may look into some utilities today. I'm definitely going to be looking at, right, CVS looks pretty solid, right? Options market summary, and as far as sentiment goes, we don't really have anything coming in on that. Okay, thank you. Talk to y'all tomorrow. Have a great day. Stay safe, stay green. If you don't know what to do, stay in cash.